All right, in this video I'd like to discuss Zoontalis from Dice Heads. This is a game that I discovered last month and started printing out, and I have some of the figures, and I think it's a really good game. It is basically a very skirmishy game, and it's simple, fast. You're not going to get very deep, and you're not going to look at the rules, look at the stats, and try to figure out the best way to play the game and set up your army and so forth, because basically your armies are already set. So this is really for the game for the person that is intrigued by miniatures but is more of a board gamer. Okay? And the reason why I say that is because when you play this game and you look at your army, you're going to have these characters, and everybody's going to have a warrior, a rogue, a ranger, and a wizard on there. And of course, there are rules where you can mix and match, but generally speaking, you're going to pick a clan like a fox clan or badger or rabbits, turtles, and they're all going to have their own warrior, ranger, rogue, and wizard. And the stats are pretty much the same across the board. So as you can see here, these are two warriors here, Badger Warrior and a Fox Warrior. This is their magic ability, which is 0. Their speed is both 3. They both cost 1 point. Their strength of their melee attack is 5. Their range attack, a little bit different here, range of 2. And I think this is a misprint. I think it is supposed to be a 2. Multi-attack with both weapons is their special ability. And then they've got 4 hit points, 16 defense. And the only thing that's really different is their species special ability. The badgers, they all do this burrow. The foxes all do this avoid opportunity. All the turtles have hard shell. So when you're picking an army, you're basically picking an animal, and then you have 4 of that unit. And they're going to have pretty much the same stats and abilities as the other army, except they're going to get this one species-specific ability. So that makes it easier to keep track of when they say, I've got 5, and is my warrior, and I've got 5 attack. You have 5 attack on yours, so it's easy for you to correct a new player if they're saying the wrong thing or looking at the wrong card. You can catch it much more quickly, so you can keep the game moving. You'll remember the stats very easily. You don't have to be immersed in the game to remember things. So it's really, really good for people that want to be a casual miniature gamer, people that are just learning how to play the game, and yeah, so without getting too deeply into the game, you can see the boards that use squares here, and a little girl over there playing the game. Again, really good for little kids for several reasons. The first thing is because of the gameplay. You have 4 characters. They go out and they fight each other. Maybe they have some objectives or some loot that they're trying to pick up. Nothing too fancy. But if you lose a character, if they die, quote unquote, then they respawn back at your respawn point, and they keep playing. You don't lose characters through. Now you get points for killing a character, but you still get, if you lose them, you still get to play. There's no attrition in this game, so to speak. It's just based on points and how well you do. Another reason why I think this is really good for kids, these models print out very well. Very easily, and they paint amazing. Their features are set up in a way that make it easy for anybody to print these models pretty competently, no matter what your skill level is. I have some students in the 6th grade that they've never really painted before, and they're painting these figures. They're really nice. I'm pretty impressed for the first time. So, yeah, young adults, preteens, kids, they're going to like these models. They're going to like painting them. So this is if you are a parent and you are into miniature games, let's say you're into 40K or whatever, and can't wait till your kids start playing these 40K games, but they're just not there yet. This is a good entry level game to get your kids into, or to get people that are not going to be hardcore gamer like yourself. So the rules are simple, the game is simple, the printing is simple, and the painting is simple. So this gets my recommendation for that type of situation. If you are a beginner, you don't want to have huge armies and a lot of rules to remember, this is a really good compromise for a miniature game. It's by no means super simplistic. You're still going to get for all the hardcore gamers, you're still going to get a level of satisfaction playing a game, especially when you get to see a new or young player enjoy playing miniatures, enjoy dipping their toe into the world of miniatures. So don't overlook this little gem here. I do recommend it. Take a look at it. Another thing too, if you get on their Patreon and they give you models, you don't get a whole lot for your money compared to other companies, but I would say you do get more for your money, because you're going to get at least one whole army, which is 4 models. That's it. They come with the cards, and they're going to come with a lot of other models. Usually what they do is they have a role-playing game that they're just coming out with. So they'll give you some model, like some zombies or skeletons or something that you're going to be fighting, spiders. And those are good for the scenarios in the skirmish game, so that if you don't want to fight against each other, maybe the foxes and the rabbits will be fighting spiders together. Or if you want to play the role-playing game, where you have some characters, you have a band of characters, and you play against the spiders in scenarios of what the role-playing. Again, it's very, very simple and easy to get into, so that younger players that are, not sure if they want to get into role-playing, instead of looking up all these rules, what's the saving throw for this, and what are the calculations for if I shoot an arrow from 50 meters out and I'm trying to hit the eyeball of a dragon, or, there's none of that. It's very, very simple, so that people can just get into, and it's kind of like the gateway to a larger world. So when you get at least 4 models for a new army. I think this month is penguins, and then they have more models that they give you that will fit the scenario, so that 2 armies can fight the AI in some sort of big scenario, and then some more models for characters that you can put in a role-playing game. So every month you're getting, you're going to get these 4 models for a new army. You're going to print them out, you're going to paint them, and there's no pressure to build a huge army. So you really do get more out of, you get more bang for your buck as far as what you're actually going to use. A lot of times I have these subscriptions and I get 50 models, let's say, and I print out 2 or 3 maybe, and that's it. So for instance, the dwarves that came out, I printed the drill tank or the drill transport, and that was it. The rest of the models I didn't print. I don't think I have any plans to print. I got to look again, but that was it. Whereas here, you're going to print out these 4 models. You're always going to have these. You're going to enjoy what they do give you. The owner, the person in charge of this, is fantastic on the forums and always talking to people. It's just a really good environment. I haven't seen anybody that's tied. There's always going to be toxic people, but in Zoontalis, I haven't seen that, which is very unusual to see 0 toxic people in there. It's just a really nice environment there, and the game lends to that environment as well. I think it really does. But here's an example of what you get in a month of Zoontalis. The last month they gave out this Cult Fanatic. This is some terrain that you can put out, some more terrain forests. This is one of the fighters for the role-playing game. And then you've got Troubadour. I don't know what that's all about. That looks like something you have to fight. Here's the Penguin Army that you get. And then Rhino Tuskor, I think he's one of the baddies you have to fight. Here is a fighter for the role-playing game. I think this is something else that you fight in the scenario. And then they got a house. They give you a scenario for, I think this is adventure. Yeah, this is the role-playing adventure. So you're going to fight this guy. And yeah, so, and they always add in more stuff throughout the month that you're going to get. Let me see if I can go up here and dice heads. So the previous month, they had the Necromancer's Horde. They gave you this terrain. You got the guinea pigs, the Spider Mama. This was for RPG. Here was the rule booklet for the role-playing game. And then, of course, you get a welcome pack where you get the bunnies and the fox. So the first month that you get into it, you're going to see, you're going to have 3 armies. You're going to have the bunnies, the foxes, and then let's say you did this month, you would get the penguins. So, yeah, you're going to start off with 3 armies. So take a look at Zoontalis. I'll try to find some links to put in the description if you're interested in how to play the game. I do encourage you to at least take a look at some of those videos and give this game a try.